Because the curse seal on Sasuke broke out, the crisis was finally passed without any danger. Afterwards, after some twists and turns, the three of Naruto arrived at the central tower smoothly and successfully advanced. Shortly thereafter, then the preliminaries of the third assessment were directly carried out. From here on, the assessment is no longer obsessed with the form of the team, but a test of the overall strength of the individual. The assessment turned into a one-on-one battle. The winner advances to the next round and enters the main stage of the third assessment. The loser will not lose the qualification, but after the evaluation of the Jonin, it will be judged whether he has the qualification to become a Chunin. After a fierce battle between Naruto and Inuzuka, they advanced smoothly. Sasuke was unable to show his full strength due to the seal of the curse, but he still won by surprise. Haruno Sakura faced Yamanaka Ino, and the two girls who lacked aggression fought so hard that they both fell unconscious. Both were judged negative. In the end, only Naruto and Sasuke of the Naruto team advanced. Before the start of the main match, Naruto wanted to improve his strength, but Kakashi spent most of his time on Sasuke because he had to worry about the curse mark on Sasuke. For this reason, Kakashi specially found another person to help Naruto. That is Toad Sage Jiraiya, who happened to appear in the village. Under Jiraiya's teaching, Naruto mastered summoning and signed a contract with the Toad clan on Mount Myoboku. And after a lapse of a month, the race finally started. The first game is the Battle of Naruto, and his opponent is Hyuga Neji, known as the genius of the Hyuga family. At the beginning of the fight, Naruto was no match for Hyuga Neji. With supercilious observation, it is impossible for Naruto to even hurt Hyuga Neji. Unable to attack for a long time, Hyuga Neji began his fatalism. In Hyuga Neji's view, a person's destiny is doomed at birth. No matter how hard you struggle, you can't change it. But how can this be accepted by Naruto? Is it necessary for Naruto to accept the fate of being hostile since childhood? It's out of the question. Naruto continued to attack, and with his cleverness, managed to land a fist in the face of Hyuga Neji. However, Hyuga Neji used Gentle Fist's offensive and defensive esoteric revolving heaven at the critical moment to block all of Naruto's attacks. And, using another mystery of Gentle Fist, 8 trigrams 64 palms closed most of the chakra acupuncture points on Naruto, so that chakra could not circulate. Ordinary ninjas have basically lost their fighting ability when they encounter such injuries. But Naruto's physique is special, and Naruto's willpower is even more amazing. He struggled to get up, and stubbornly faced Dui Min. Hyuga Neji did not pursue the chase, but told his own experience. It tells about the despair of becoming a branch house, and the despair of my father being treated as a victim because of Hokage's inaction. And severely reprimanded Naruto. It is impossible to understand his mood. But how could Naruto, who grew up in loneliness since he was a child, not understand? Even Naruto is very envious of Hyuga Neji. Even when Hyuga Neji was a child, he still had relatives to accompany him. And Naruto, nothing. So what? Naruto gasped. Don't think that you are the only one who is special. There are so many people with tragic life experiences in this world. Even Hinata, who is not recognized as the main family, is trying desperately to change himself. Even you are the same. You should protect the branch house of the clan, but you beat Hinata seriously because of the exam. Aren't you desperately resisting your own destiny? If you succumbed to your unchangeable fate, as you said, how could you do those things? Hyuga Neji was slightly shaken, but soon, he looked at Naruto with disdain. The 64 acupuncture points on your body have been sealed by me, and now even chakra can't be used. How can you resist your current fate? Naruto really can't feel his own chakra. But there is more than just his chakra in his body. Recalling the words taught by Jiraiya in his mind, Naruto made mudras with his hands and tried hard. Seeing Naruto trying to perform ninjutsu, Hyuga Neji had a sarcastic smile on his face. It's useless. Why rebel against your own destiny? Naruto replied. Because you said I was the tail of the crane. In an instant, the chakra of 9 tails in Naruto's body was activated. Hyuga Neji was stunned. What shocked Hyuga Neji even more was the evil beast that 9 tails chakra saw in his white eyes. Naruto, whose body is full of chakra, has regained his fighting power, and after the increase of 9 tails chakra, his strength has gone a step further. Even in close combat, he was able to temporarily suppress Hyuga Neji. After a round of fierce confrontation, the two distanced themselves. Naruto is haunted by Nine Tails chakra, giving him great strength even when he runs. Naruto still can't control this huge power well. I don't know what the hateful fate of the Hyuga clan is, since you say it can't be changed, then leave him alone. When I become Hokage, I will change the Hyuga clan. Naruto said bold words, and rushed forward bravely. The kunai in his hand collided with the kunai cast by Hyuga Neji with the power of revolving heaven. The powerful force immediately erupted into a fierce explosion, and under the reaction force, the two people flew upside down and crashed deeply into the ground. With all eyes on, Hyuga Neji emerged from the ground first, bruised but still looking in good shape. Naruto, on the other hand, lay in the pit and looked unconscious. Everyone knows that against the talented Hyuga Neji, Naruto's performance has exceeded everyone's expectations. But at this moment, the ground under Hyuga Neji's feet broke open suddenly, and the real Naruto broke through the ground, punching Hyuga Neji, who couldn't dodge, hard on the chin. Immediately, Hyuga Neji is incapable of fighting. Naruto won the duel with dignity, but perhaps his words made Hyuga Neji's heart shake, and it also has a certain relationship. Didera. I almost forgot, the Hyuga clan still has that ridiculous system. Hyuga Hiyashi. There are no more now. Fourth Raikage. I want to laugh when I think about the situation at that time, but Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't even answer the request he made casually. Onoki. It can only be said that some people have been used to compromise all their lives, and they don't know that sometimes they should straighten their backs. Grandma Chio. Everyone has experienced the ravages of war. At that time, Cloud Shinobi Village was probably just a bluff. If they really want to start a war with Konoha, I am afraid that Cloud Shinobi Village will not be able to support it first. Darui. Indeed, at that time, Iwagakure was still watching from the sidelines, and it was impossible for us to really start a war. Kakuzu. Looking at it this way, Sarutobi Hiruzen is not really a qualified leader. Hoshigaki Kisame. Isn't this the consensus of everyone? It seems that Konoha has become prosperous, but it's all done by sacrificing other talents. Scorpion. Think about it, the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan, the two major ninja clans in Konoha-jien village, have all been wiped out by Sarutobi Hiruzen, so you know that this person's intentions are not right. Terumi Mei. It can only be said to be dirty adult thinking, completely without the decisive decision of the past. Senju Tobarama. It's really my resignation to choose such a thing. It's better to choose Danzo than to choose Monkey. At least Danzo's attitude towards the outside world is tough enough. Uchiha Madara. You are an afterthought, because of your decision. Look now, only Tsunade is left in the Senju family, and only two brothers and a fool who was fooled into a lame are left in the Uchiha family. Senju Hashirama. Madara, haven't you been fooled too? How do you say this as if it has nothing to do with you? Third Raikage. But at least, in terms of thinking, Uchiha Madara is much better than that Obito. Obito's ideas are completely incomprehensible too, it can be called crazy. Kakashi. Orochimaru's curse seal. This thing is so troublesome. I remember that in the previous video, Itachi seemed to pull Orochimaru out of Sasuke's body. Could it be that Orochimaru's curse seal has this function? Jiraiya. After all, it is Orochimaru, so it is not surprising that there are any weird lineups for the things he researched. Tsunade. I have to say that Naruto is really eloquent. Maybe it has something to do with his childhood experience. This kind of desperate childhood experience, if it was me, must have collapsed. Little Sakura. Naruto is so pitiful, I never knew Naruto had experienced this. Tooth. Indeed, the Naruto I know is a troublemaker. I didn't expect him to have experienced those desperate things before. Luo Sha. Wait, since Orochimaru said he killed me at this time, who am I in the stands? Orochimaru. He, of course it's me. Baki. Damn it. Could it be that I didn't find any abnormalities at all? Yugura. I don't even know that my shadow is dead, it's really ridiculous. Gaara. Is Ying, who is controlled by others, embarrassed to say others. Kankuro. That's right. After you were controlled, I don't know how many people Kirigakure escaped and how many people died. Your situation is much more serious than ours. Ching. Damn it, I can't refute it. the first match ended with Naruto winning. After the field was leveled, the second round began immediately. The second game is the battle between Gaara and Uchiha Sasuke. But Gaara waited for a long time, but Sasuke didn't show up. In the end, as a last resort, they had to start the third battle first. But before the fight even started, Kankuro abstained. This immediately caused a lot of dissatisfaction among the audience. After all, there were only a few battles in the first place, but now one has been delayed and one has been cancelled. How can the audience who buy tickets be satisfied? Under pressure, Temari, who originally wanted to abstain, had no choice but to end the fight and intend to end the battle as quickly as possible. But Temari's opponent is Nara Shikamaru, although it is very lacking in combat effectiveness. But the Nara family's secret shadow imitation technique can greatly delay time. Just like now. With intelligence far beyond ordinary people, Shikamaru keeps controlling Temari, and tries every means to make Temari fail. But until the end of the battle, Shikamaru was unsuccessful. Instead, it was Shikamaru himself, who had lost the ability to fight because chakra was consumed too much. Can only helplessly abstain. Finally, the rest of the battle then becomes a battle between Gaara and Sasuke. Gaara waited a long time again. With Sasuke about to be sentenced to lose, Kakashi and Sasuke finally came late. Then, the battle started. With the speed of special training, Sasuke surpassed Gaara's sand shield. But Gaara was quick to use all the sand for defense. The highly dense sand has extremely high defensive power, and after being surrounded into a ball, there is no flaw at all. And Gaara is also able to counterattack the attacking Sasuke by manipulating the sand to form sharp spikes. In short, it is a hedgehog with amazing defense. But Sasuke used the Chidori that Kakashi taught him and managed to break through Gaara's defense. But it also drove the injured Gaara completely mad, and could no longer successfully suppress her killing intent in the tailed beast in her body. A part of the body has turned into the appearance of a tailed beast. Just then, riots continued throughout Konoha. The audience in the stands all fell into a coma. The seal sitting next to Sarutobi Hiruzen suddenly took out a smoke bomb, took advantage of the chaos and seriously injured Hokage's guards, and then hijacked Sarutobi Hiruzen and jumped onto the roof. Naruto, under the effect of illusion, fell into a deep sleep. When he woke up, he opened his eyes and saw the face of little Sakura. When he raised his head in a daze, he saw little Sakura's complexion changed, and he was pressed to the ground. There was a piercing sound above the head, and it turned out to be a kunai. If it wasn't for little Sakura's timely shot, Naruto might be headshot. Immediately afterwards, Shikamaru, who was pretending to be an illusion, was awakened, and the three of them were given a temporary task by Kakashi, and they set off immediately to stop Sasuke, who was chasing Gaara. On the way, Naruto got a general understanding of the current situation after the little Sakura's explanation. Afterwards, Shikamaru stayed to block the pursuers. Naruto, Sakura Jr. and Kakashi deliberately left Bu Parker to continue the pursuit. Konoha has fallen into chaos. Sanagakure and Otashimura have joined forces for this raid on Konoha village. When Naruto chased and arrived, Sasuke was already in danger and was about to be killed by Gaara, who turned into a monster. Fortunately, Naruto arrived in time and kicked Gaara away. But Gaara turned around and took control of little Sakura, pressing little Sakura against the tree trunk with her monstrous arms, and little Sakura screamed in pain as soon as she exerted force. Due to the situation, Naruto couldn't stay out until he found a way to save little Sakura. But at this time, Gaara said, "There is no reason to fight, only the winner can feel his own existence. Forget about these boring companions and fight for yourself." Naruto said through gritted teeth, "Boring, mate." Gaara said frantically, "Those who have bored feelings due to fighting, just die." Naruto stretched out his hand, pointed at Gaara and said, "I will definitely beat you." Having said that, Naruto seemed a little lost. Because Gaara, like him, lived a lonely life since childhood. Naruto could feel it. Moreover, Gaara's strength is obvious, which shakes Naruto's heart. But in a crisis, after being saved by Sasuke and letting him understand the difference between himself and Gaara, Naruto no longer hesitated. He vented all the chakra in his body and used multiple shadow clone techniques. At this moment, the forest is full of Naruto's clones. The number exceeds 1,000. This astonishing amount stunned everyone present. Even the monsterized Gaara is no match for so many Naruto's siege. As a last resort, Gaara released all the one-tail Shuhei in his body. In response, Naruto also used the summoning technique learned from Jiraiya to summon the toad boss Bunta from Mount Myoboku. The battle between the two behemoths easily destroyed the surrounding forest. This level of fighting has surpassed Sasuke's imagination. Gaara, who fell into a deep sleep and allowed Shukaku to play to his fullest, his upper body stayed on top of Shukaku's head, with his head bowed. As long as Gaara can be awakened, the rampage of the crane can be stopped. Knowing this from Gama Bunta's mouth, Naruto and Gama Bunta launched a subtle cooperation. In the end, almost with all his might, Gaara was stopped. Both of them collapsed exhausted and landed on the ground. Gaara was lying on the ground blankly, with no strength left to move. But Naruto, who should have been like this, could not even move his hands and feet, but stubbornly relied on his chin, and approached Gaara little by little. Naruto's persistent action made Gaara feel terrified. Don't come here. At this moment, Gaara was really scared. But what Gaara didn't expect was that Naruto, who was close to him, didn't have the slightest idea of continuing to fight with him. Instead, he raised his head, revealing a pair of sad eyes. The pain of being alone is not ordinary pain. At that moment, Gaara understood that the person in front of him had the same or even more pain than him. There was a sad gleam in Naruto's eyes. I don't know why I can deeply understand your mood. But I already have important people, in order not to let you hurt them, even kill you. Naruto's eyes suddenly became serious, even though he didn't want to do this step. But, for the people he cares about, he is willing to do the things he is not willing to do. I must stop you too. There was no fear in Gaara's eyes, only shock. Why? Why can you do this for someone else? Naruto continued to crawl forward with all his strength. Because, they saved me from that lonely hell. It's them who have recognized my existence and are my most important partners. Gaara turned her head and looked blankly at the sky. So, is he so strong? Swish, Sasuke appeared, squatting next to Naruto. That's enough, Naruto, little Sakura is fine. That guy's chakra should be exhausted too. The sand that trapped little Sakura has long since dispersed. When Naruto heard this, his tense breath suddenly relaxed. Yeah. Naruto's head drooped, and he fell into a coma. At this time, Temari and Kankuro also came to Gaara. The two looked at Sasuke warily, but at this time, Gaara said, "Forget it, stop fighting." Subsequently, the three retreated. At the same time, Sanagakure and Yinin village's Konoha collapse plan also failed. But third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen died in battle. Orochimaru. It seems that the plan is not completely a failure. After all, I killed Mr. Sarutobi. But the people of Sanagakure were killed by the adults, not to mention the death of 4th Kazekage, and many elite ninjas died because of it, and we just paid some negligible price. To Yuya. It's a pity that everyone in Konoha was not killed. Jiraiya. Don't be kidding, since I'm here, I can't let you succeed. Onoki. There are so many of you, why didn't you stop Orochimaru? I don't think Orochimaru is that powerful. Might Guy. Well, I didn't see the specific situation, but I must have been tripped by someone. Deidara. I guess, the Danzo guy must not have appeared, and his roots must be the same. After all, this guy wants Sarutobi Hiruzen to die soon. Kakuzu. Indeed, maybe Danzo's root is also secretly helping. After all, Orochimaru was also Danzo's subordinate. 4th Raikage. It's a joke that the majestic shadow of a village was killed in his ninja village. Naruto. Wow. I never thought I would become so powerful in the future. I can even summon such a big toad. Uzumaki Kushina. My child, it's all my fault. If I'm alive, you don't have to endure it. Namikaze Minato. Trust Master Jiraiya, he will take good care of Naruto. Kakashi. I didn't expect that the 3rd generation ended like this, but I remembered that the 5th Hokage was Master Tsunade. I don't know how Master Tsunade, who is not in the village, succeeded. Tsunade. I'm also curious, usually I wouldn't do such a troublesome thing. Straight. Utatane Kaharu. If Hiruzen dies during this period, we will definitely choose Jiraiya in the village. He is the most famous and most suitable candidate. Mitokado Homura. Indeed. Danzo. You two bastards, can't you think about me? Sarutobi Hiruzen. I didn't expect that my ending would be like this, but you two did a good job. You must not let Danzo become Hokage, he will definitely let Konoha go into ruin. Senju Tobarama. Monkey, you have caused enough harm. Our Senju clan and Uchiha clan have already been wiped out by you. Grandma Chiyo. But, at least the village is still there, but if it is handed over to Danzo, whether the village can survive or not is another matter. Terumi Mei. In the last video, Danzo seems to be able to take the position of Hokage, but that is because of the support of Ache, and with Ache around, I suspect that it is just to let a pig be Hokage. Scorpion. It's a very appropriate metaphor, very suitable for evaluating people like Danzo who are not successful enough but not successful. Sasuke. Damn it, I thought my strength would increase greatly after learning Chidori, but it turns out that I can't compare to Naruto. The Konoha collapse plan implemented by Orochimaru and Sanagakure was not completely successful. Orochimaru paid a heavy price. The souls of both hands were sealed and could no longer be used, which meant that all ninjutsu were sealed. But he managed to kill third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. After many years, Konoha lost her Hokage again. Naruto attended Sarutobi Hiruzen's funeral the next day. All dressed in black for a moment of silence. After a few days, when Jiraiya took the three of Naruto out to perform a mission, Naruto was suddenly attacked by a mysterious person. And when Sasuke came back, Naruto knew the other party's identity. It is Sasuke's bare paw, Uchiha Itachi. Sasuke was so angry that he lost his mind and attacked, but was easily subdued by Uchiha Itachi and severely injured. Even got his arm broken. Fortunately, Jiraiya returned in time to force Uchiha Itachi and his partner Kisame Kaki back. After, in the name of practice, Jiraiya took Naruto out of Konoha village. The real purpose is to find Tsunade hiding in Pamphlet Street. Because the Konoha executives asked Jiraiya to be the fifth Hokage. But Jiraiya refused, and recommended Tsunade, who was more suitable than him in terms of strength and qualifications. Taking Naruto away is also worried about losing the suppression of Sarutobi Hiruzen, and the reason why Danzo will shoot Naruto who is Nine Tails Jinchuriki is in it. On the way, Jiraiya also taught Naruto to learn Rasengan. Jiraiya divides the learning of Rasengan into 3 steps. First, let the Rasengan condense in the palm of your hand and rotate it irregularly, and then make the balloon filled with water explode in your hand. Once this is done, lift into the inflated balloon until it explodes. The last step is to continuously release chakra and condense it into a spherical shape, just like holding a spherical typhoon in your hand. But this step was not completed until Naruto followed Jiraiya to Pamphlet Street. Find Tsunade in the Booklet Street. Tsunade finds out about Sarutobi Hiruzen's death and stays silent for a while, then flatly rejects the offer to return to the village to assume the position of Hokage. After several times of persuasion, Jiraiya was helpless. But Naruto still came out and made a bet with Tsunade, on the condition that he learned Rasengan within a week. As long as he can learn Rasengan, Tsunade has to go back to 5th Hokage. A week later, after numerous attempts, Naruto finally mastered Rasengan. Although it cannot be used with one hand like Jiraiya, it must rely on the help of Shadow Clone. But the Rasengan he used is almost the same in power. Seeing this scene, the audience in the live broadcast room suddenly became envious. Onoki. This is one of the 2 major ninjutsu that Namikaze Minato became famous during the Third Ninja World War. 4th Raikage. That's right. With the Flying Thunder God technique in Rasengan, this guy came and went without a trace on the battlefield. I didn't expect to be able to fully understand the learning process of this technique. Luo Sha. Now that we all understand, I am afraid that many people will learn this ninjutsu. Jiraiya. Oops, I didn't expect this kind of thing to happen. But there are definitely not many people who can learn it. After all, this is a Muji ninjutsu that is more difficult than a level. Not everyone can control chakra so delicately. Namikaze Minato. Don't blame yourself, Mr. Jiraiya. I feel very relieved that you can give this ninjutsu to Naruto, as if I am accompanying Naruto with Rasengan. Uzumaki Kushina. Thank you very much, Master Jiraiya. Tsunade. That's it, everyone can learn Minato's secret technique now, Jiraiya, you idiot. Orochimaru. He has never let me down in this regard. Deidara. This thing is really bad, not as good as my blasting art. Scorpion. Indeed, it is just a relatively convenient ninjutsu, and there is absolutely no merit in terms of artistry. Kakuzu. It doesn't work for me either. Naruto. Can I learn such a strong ninjutsu? Sasuke. HMPH. Don't be complacent, I will definitely be better than you in the future. Although promised Naruto. But before heading to Konoha, Orochimaru finds Tsunade with a pocket. Orochimaru wishes to heal his own hands with Tsunade's medical ninjutsu. But Tsunade wanted to use this to wipe out Orochimaru completely, but unfortunately, he was spotted by the same medical ninja. Finally, Jiraiya appeared. The legendary Sannin rendezvous and a fierce battle ensues. In the battle, Naruto was severely wounded and even died. The blood-scared Tsunade didn't even dare to heal Naruto. But at the end, Tsunade breaks through his own mental shackles and heals Naruto while pushing Kazuru and Orochimaru back. Then the three returned to Konoha. Tsunade became the 5th Hokage. After returning to the village, Naruto visits the injured Sasuke. But the two had a quarrel, which eventually turned into a fight. If Kakashi did not appear in time, I am afraid that both of them will be seriously injured. Finally, unable to bear the temptation of strength, Sasuke left with Orochimaru's men who came to meet him. Tsunade immediately arranged for Shikamaru, who had just become a Chunin, to be responsible for selecting teammates, and went to bring back Sasuke who had left. Shikamaru picked Choji, Neji, Kiba, and Naruto as teammates and set off immediately. And in turn leave a one-on-one fight against the enemy's powerful opponents, leaving Naruto alone to track down Sasuke. But at a critical moment, a big ninja blocked Naruto's way. This person's name is Kimimaro, who is Orochimaru's subordinate and owner of Dead Bone Pulse's blood successor limit. His formidable strength is astonishing. Naruto created thousands of clones, but was still easily defeated. At this time, Xiaoli, who had just recovered from his injury, appeared to support him and stopped Kimimaro, allowing Naruto to continue chasing. Naruto finally stopped Sasuke in the Valley of the End. The two had a fierce battle. All did their best. But in the state of Sasuke's curse seal 2, Naruto was finally defeated and was knocked out. If the mission fails, return to Konoha. Naruto pleads with Tsunade not to take Sasuke as a traitor. Tsunade agreed to Naruto's request. After that, Naruto was taken away by Jiraiya and trained Naruto himself. Time flies, 3 years have passed. Naruto returned from training. It is found that all the former companions have become Chunin, and Neji has become Jonin. He is the only one remaining in the Genin class. This troubled Naruto a little, but can't wait for Naruto to take the next Chunin exam. They will face a group of powerful enemies, the mysterious Akatsuki organization. Deidara. Good guy, we came out so late. Kakuzu. Can we still call it mysterious now? I'm afraid everyone knows where the Akatsuki organization is and who it is. Onoki. After all, you have appeared many times in previous videos, and everyone is already familiar with it. Grandma Chio. Although what we see is our future has changed after we saw these videos. Luo Sha. That's right. I will definitely not be killed by Orochimaru, our plan is terminated. Orochimaru. I don't care anymore. After all, compared to the so-called plan, if I lose my own hands, even the life of Sarutobi teacher is worthless. Tsunade. Looks like I don't need to be the 5th Hokage, that's great. Jiraiya. Having seen these futures, it is indeed a good thing to be able to avoid tragedies that will happen in the future. Kakashi's 7th squad, missing Sasuke, was forcibly placed with a person, Sai from the Rootstop. And lead Jonin also became Yamato. Yamato is the only ninja in Konoha who can use wood style, from the early test subjects of Danzo and Orochimaru. Yamato is the only surviving subject. Afterwards, they got word from Orochimaru and Sasuke and set off immediately. But after some searching, although he found Sasuke, he couldn't bring Sasuke back. Afterwards, they heard a hoot. 5th Kazekage Gaara was captured by a mysterious person. Sanagakure asks for Konoha's assistance, so Kakashi and Might Guy lead the team to support. Upon seeing Kakashi, Sand Shinobi advisor Chiyo immediately tried to kill Kakashi, but was stopped. Afterwards, under the leadership of Chiyo, a group of people went to find Gaara's whereabouts according to the traces left by the mysterious man. And 3 days later, they successfully found Gaara, the mysterious person who had captured Gaara. Red Sand Scorpion and Deidara from Akatsuki. Naruto and others were first stopped by Uchiha Itachi and Kisame, who supported them remotely, and after exhausting all their efforts to eliminate them, they found out that they were just substitutes. After breaking through the enchantment set by the Red Sand Scorpion and Deidara, it was found that Gaara had died because of being drawn away from the tailed beast. After a fierce fight, Deidara escaped with the loss of an arm. In the process of capturing Gaara, he had already lost an arm, so Deidara's arms were torn off. The Red Sand Scorpion was killed. Afterwards, Chiyo used the forbidden technique Sessei reincarnation technique to resurrect the dead Gaara with his own life. Deidara. Wow. It's so hard to come out, and it's so miserable after taking over. Both arms were torn off, it's just too embarrassing. Xie. HMPH, that's why I said that your art is not qualified at all. You still get injured when you deal with such a brat, and you even got an arm torn off. Kakuzu. As long as the arm is still there, I can stitch it up for you. These are not big things. Hidan. What a shame, Scorpio, you are still dead. Onoki. It's unbelievable. Although he sacrificed his own life, he was able to resurrect the dead. This is not like impure world reincarnation, but a real resurrection. Grandma Chiyo. I didn't expect that I would use this forbidden technique on this kid. It's obviously just an annoying kid. Luo Sha. Gaara will become the 5th Kazekage? Tamari. It's amazing. Gaara. Will I become Kazekage? After returning to Konoha, he practiced with Kakashi. Added chakras form change within Rasengan, and at this time, in order to seize the 9 tails in Naruto, Akatsuki sent 2 people. Known as the undead duo of Kakuzu and Hidan, but the 2 were stopped and Naruto was not found. Asuma, who didn't know 2 ninjutsu, died tragically under Hidan's weird ninjutsu. Asuma. Huh? I'm dead? Shikamaru. It's hard to imagine that I would actually cry. Choji. After all, we are from the future, and we don't know Master Asuma yet. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Well, even Asuma is dead, isn't it just my grandson? Konohamaru. It's scary. I don't want this kind of future. Kakashi. Don't worry, such a future is no longer possible. Might Guy. That's right. We will definitely stop it. Shiranui Genma. A single-minded idiot. Now that everyone knows what's going on here, naturally they won't act rashly. Onoki. At first I thought it was just a war mercenary organization, but I didn't expect there to be such a conspiracy. Hanzo of the Salamander. HMPH. They should have been eradicated when they were still weak. Pen. Don't talk big, you don't have the strength of a demigod long ago, because you were old. Conan. Only you and Danzo, I will never forgive. Luo Sha. Speaking of which, that guy Danzo has been diving for a long time, where is he? Terumi Mei. Then there is no need to ask. I must have gone to ache. When the 2 attacked for the second time, Naruto did not hide, but took the initiative to attack. And through the newly learned wind-style spiral shuriken, the 2 hearts in Kakuzu's body were destroyed in one fell swoop. Only the last remaining heart was also destroyed by Kakashi. Suddenly, the living fossil ninja who survived from the Sengoku period died in Konoha. And Hidan, set up by Shikamaru, was blown to pieces and buried deep in the ground, unable to escape. In the end, he was starved to death because he could not supplement nutrition. In order to obtain information about the Akatsuki organization and Sasuke's whereabouts, Naruto and others went to pursue Uchiha Itachi. But Naruto and others fell into Itachi's illusion and failed in the end. And then, a person who claimed to be Uchiha Madara appeared, and all the attacks of Naruto and others could not work against him. Uchiha Madara had no intention of attacking, but just informed everyone that Sasuke killed Itachi and left with Sasuke. Mission failed. Go back to Konoha. Naruto gets bad news again. In order to track down the intelligence of Akatsuki, Jiraiya broke into Rain Shinobi Village, the hiding place of Akatsuki alone, but was killed by Pain 6 Paths. Naruto was very sad when he got the bad news. Then head to Mount Myoboku to start practicing senjutsu. At this time, having obtained all the tail beasts except 8 tails and 9 tails, Akatsuki organized Pain to go to Konoha to take Naruto away. When Naruto learned the art of immortality and got the news to return to Konoha, he saw the Konoha that had indeed been destroyed. Naruto shot immediately and destroyed Pain's other 5 paths except Tiandao, but was eventually captured by Tiandao with a black stick. At this time, Hinata stepped forward, but he was not Pain's opponent at all, and was seriously injured by Pain. Naruto, who mistakenly thought that Hinata was dead, fell into endless anger. The power of 9 tails in the body suddenly exploded, and 8 tails grew in an instant. The battle between the two was earth-shattering, and they directly hit Konoha village. In the end, Tendo Pain traps Naruto with a planetary devastation. But at this moment, in the sealed space, Naruto was bewitched by 9 tails, and was about to tear open the seal with his hand. Chakra, who was left by 4th Hokage at the seal, suddenly appeared and stopped Naruto's move.
Until then, Naruto really understood his own life experience. After talking with Naruto, 4th Hokage Namikaze Minato resealed 9 tails and disappeared. And Naruto calmed down his anger and got rid of planetary devastation. Deidara. Good guy, did it take so long to find out about his life experience? Couldn't Kakashi and the others tell him? Pain. I didn't expect that teacher Jiraiya would die in my hands. Jiraiya. I didn't expect that you would come to this point. It's also my fault. I just taught you ninjutsu, but didn't continue to teach you, which led to the tragedy you encountered later. Yahiko. It's not your fault, Mr. Jiraiya, because we have already become Uchiha Madara's pawns, and that amazing person will definitely not make it easy for us. Uchiha Madara. HMPH. If I had the chance, I really want to tear Black Zetsu to pieces with my own hands. How dare he deceive us Uchiha clan? Obito. Black Zetsu has been sealed by me. I didn't expect that things would turn out like this. Uchiha Fugaku. HMPH. The traitor of the family, even talking face. Uchiha Hikaru. That's right. You and Itachi should apologize with death. Uzumaki Kushina. Ah, I really want to meet Naruto too. He hasn't seen his mother's face yet. Namikaze Minato. At least, our children are on the right path, thanks to teachers Kakashi and Jiraiya. Kakashi. This is what I should do, Mr. Minato.
Yamato. I didn't expect that I would be the leader of the Jonin one day. It's really strange. Sai. I actually disobeyed Danzo-sama's order? Letter. Sai, you just have to live according to your own ideas. Onoki. Tiandao Pain's strength is really strong. The huge Konoha was destroyed directly, and Konoha probably suffered heavy casualties. 4th Raikage. Of course, but I didn't expect that Naruto was treated so inhumanly and unfairly when he was a child, and he was able to maintain such kindness. It's just a fool. Hidan. If I have such power, I will take revenge on all those who bullied me. Sasuke. Naruto, you are an avenger like me. Naruto. Well, everyone is actually a good person. I don't want to hurt everyone. Tsunade. Well, this kindness is really not suitable for being a ninja. Naruto, who regained his sobriety, defeated the already severely injured Tiandao Pain. And successfully found Nagato, who was hiding behind the scenes to control Pain. When he rushed to the destination, he found Konan in the big tree disguised by paper escape, and Nagato who was renewed by ghetto statue. Naruto didn't make a move. All he wanted was to talk. As a disciple of Jiraiya, Naruto really wants to know why Nagato and the others have come to this point. I'm here because I have something to confirm. Facing the enemy, I don't even know what I will do. Nagato said calmly. Then do you hate me? Naruto said angrily. Sure enough. I still hate you guys. I wish I could kill you now. Naruto rushed out in an instant, but stopped before his fist landed on Nagato. Naruto took 2 steps back with a desolate look. Then, Nagato told about their past. The parents were killed by Konoha shinobi, and the pet dog who depended on each other was also affected and died. Although I was lucky to get the teaching of Jiraiya, I have the life-saving ninjutsu. But in the end, soon after Jiraiya left, he lost his best friend, Yahiko. I was wrong, and I realized that the answers I had come up with were so worthless. Even my most important friend can't be protected. This is my second and biggest pain. You keep talking about peace, but you can never really get peace just by talking about it, and some of it is just hypocrisy. So, I want the whole world to realize the pain, so that they can understand the value of peace. When he said this, Nagato's face was extremely determined. Onoki. Is it a way to control violence with violence? I can't say no to the idea, but looking at Nagato's state, I'm afraid it's very reluctant, right? Fourth Raikage. I have to admit that Pain's strength is very strong, even I may not be the opponent, but just relying on the current strength to make the ninja world succumb, isn't it a bit whimsical? Uchiha Madara. HMPH, they're doing something unplanned. Terumi Mei. It can only be said that the current Akatsuki organization has completely deviated from the original intention of the Akatsuki organization. Hanzo of the Salamander. Just a bunch of naive brats, our kingdom of the rain is sandwiched between the three major kingdoms, there is no possibility of peace at all. Conan. But under our governance, the land of rain no longer has wars.
Luo Sha. That's because there is no fuse, and our 5 major countries all need to recuperate.
Obito. Everything is under our control, you can't start a war at all, and the fuse that can trigger a war has been pulled out by us. Kakashi. Obito, where are you now? Grandma Chio. I'm curious, what will Naruto do now? Not only Jiraiya was killed, Kakashi was also killed by Pain. These people who were most important to him are dead, can he hold back the anger in his heart? Jiraiya. I believe in Naruto, he will definitely be able to overcome the pain in his heart. Pain. Mr. Jiraiya, fortunately you are still alive, we haven't fought each other yet. Yahiko. I entrusted the Akatsuki organization to you, but I didn't expect you to do such stupid things, Nagato. Kakuzu. If I were Naruto, I would definitely not endure it. Uzumaki Kushina. Are you still Naruto? I never gave birth to such a weird son like you. Don't blindly stand next to my son. Orochimaru. I'm also very curious about Uzumaki Naruto's choice. Is he still being too kind as usual, or is he facing his inner anger and following his own choice? Scorpion. Why are you in a hurry? Don't you know after reading it? Deidara. No one is in a hurry, just curious. Just when everyone was wondering how Naruto would face Nagato, who killed many of his important people. Naruto slowly took out a book from his pocket. This scene directly stunned the audience in the live broadcast room. Deidara. No, are these Jinchuriki so outrageous? They have all transformed into that, not to mention that the clothes are not torn, and there is no problem with this kind of paper book? Kakuzu. It's too exaggerated, not realistic at all. Black soil. It's outrageous, Killer Bee. Jinchuriki is like this, please understand. Pen. Wait, is that book? Jiraiya. No way? Everyone in the live broadcast room couldn't help complaining. In the video, Naruto looks at the book in his hand with a sad face. I have understood you. But even so, I still can't forgive you. Nagato said coldly. Then make a break. Naruto didn't look up, but continued with his eyes closed. However, Pervy Sage trusted me and entrusted everything to me. Then I'll just have to try and believe what Pervy Sage believes. That's my answer. Nagato froze for a moment. 813. Naruto raised his head and said solemnly, I will not kill you. Do you believe in what Jiraiya-sensei once believed in? Nagato repeated Naruto's words. I see. Is that your answer? That makes us believe you can bring peace, so wait. Do not make jokes. Can you still believe Jiraiya's words now? True peace does not exist. Naruto's eyes were sad for a moment, then he raised his head and became determined. I won't give up. Nagato froze. You said, those lines are. Naruto said resolutely. That's right, they are all lines from this book. In the first book that Pervy Sage wrote, Pervy Sage really wanted to use this book to change the world. At the end of the book, he wrote the story of the disciple who inspired him. It's your name, Nagato. At this moment, the determined Nagato was shaken. Naruto's words were not finished yet. Then, the protagonist of this book is named Naruto. So, my name is a precious relic left to me by Pervy Sage. It is absolutely impossible for me to harm the relics left by my master. So, I'll be Hokage. Then, let Rain Shinobi Village have peace too. Trust me. There was a brief silence. Why, you dare to assert that you will never change? Nagato asked seriously. Naruto looked down at the book in his hand sadly. If I change, it will be tantamount to destroying Master's book. Then it's no longer Naruto's story. I don't know how to write stories like Master, so the continuation of this book is my own next story. No matter how painful things are, I will go on. This is Naruto. At this moment, Nagato was really shaken. There was a time when I couldn't believe Jiraiya, no, not even myself. But I believe that you will take a different path from mine. After speaking, Nagato pulled out his hands and made a seal. I'll just trust you, Uzumaki Naruto. Heretic Rinne Tensei technique. Konan yelled anxiously. Nagato, you. Konan, that's enough. Nagato interrupted Konan. I've got a new choice. A choice I once gave up. Konan stopped talking, and his expression became extremely heavy. But Naruto looked dazed, because he didn't know what this technique was. Then, under the influence of outsider Rinne Tensei technique, everyone who was killed by 6 paths pain after coming to Konoha is revived. As a price, Nagato paid his own life. Obviously such a shocking scene. But everyone in the live broadcast room was dumbfounded. Onoki. What's going on? Is it such a joke? Just say a few words and give up your plan. This is too hasty. Fourth Raikage. I don't think there is anything special about these words. Could it be that I can't catch up with their brainwaves? Jiraiya. I once had high hopes, but I failed to guide them correctly, which led to the current tragedy. Orochimaru. Child of destiny. I don't believe in such a thing. Danzo. Stupid. Childish. The ninja world is not so simple. The darkness in the ninja world is far beyond your imagination. This Uzumaki Naruto is too simple. Kakashi. But his character, and his unique temperament that can infect the people around him, maybe it can really bring a new look to the ninja world. Jongguo Yagura. As long as people still have desires, the struggle will not stop, and those who have ambitions will naturally set off more wars. Luo Sha. Maybe you can maintain a certain amount of peace, just like when first Hokage was still alive, but when such checks and balances disappear, the war will rebound even more. Senju Tobirama. It's like the calm before the storm. The longer the silence, the more violent the coming storm. Uchiha Madara. That's why I pin my hope on illusion, even if it is to control everyone to achieve that false peace. I also hope to have eternal peace. But everything is just an illusion. Deidara. Speaking of this, I have to sigh the power of blasting ninjutsu. Aike uses my blasting ninjutsu. Even after death, he still threatens the entire ninja world with his own strength, making the ninja world dare not start wars. Kakuzu. Aike perfectly explained how necessary it is to control violence with violence. Hoshigaki Kisame. By the way, if Aike knows the wood style of first Hokage, will he also be able to explode ninjutsu? If he is provoked, if he gets angry and destroys the entire ninja world and even this planet. Terumi Mei. Probably not. After all, no matter how strong Aike is, if the planet is directly blown up, Aike won't be able to survive, right? Scorpion. That's Aike. I won't be surprised if I can do anything. Tsunade. Naruto's choice should be said to be expected. After all, the kindness he showed before is obvious to all, but I didn't expect it to be in such a way at all. He can talk too much. Senju Hashirama. After enduring such a miserable childhood, he is still able to look at the things around him positively. His will is really admirable. Hidan. He's just stupid. What a fool. With such great power, he doesn't even want to take revenge at all. It's a waste of his strength. Naruto. Huh? So fourth Hokage is my father. The child you mentioned is actually me? I wonder why your child doesn't respond to you, and I think he is very rude. Remember that your child is me? Namikaze Minato. Uzumaki Kushina. Uchiha Makoto. Shikamaru. Naruto, you are not an idiot. Onoki. I can't believe that such a person can save the whole world in the future. Nagato. What an incredible guy, Uzumaki Naruto. Hidan. Let me tell you, he is a fool. Isn't that stupid enough? Everyone knows that this guy took so long to react. Little Sakura. Naruto, you big idiot. Nagato paid with his own life, and Natsu survived all the people Konoha attacked and killed by him. Afterwards, Konan wrapped Nagato in Tendo Pain, that is, Yahiko's body, and went to an unknown place. As for Naruto, on the way back, his physical strength was finally exhausted, and when he was about to fail, the familiar back appeared in front of him and carried him on his back. When we got back to the village, everyone knew everything about it through Tsunade's summoning beast Katsuyu. Naruto became the hero of the whole Konoha. Although Konoha was destroyed as a whole, Yi did not sink into negativity because all the dead were resurrected. The only trouble is that Tsunade fell into a coma and couldn't wake up because of the battle with Pen. And at this time, because the actions of the Shao organization have become more and more rampant, making it unbearable for the 5 major countries. Finally, he proposed to hold the 5 Cages conference, which had not been held for a long time. Tsunade blocked him before he woke up, and Danzo, who had been invisible for a long time, suddenly appeared, and he thought he was acting as Hokage's agent, and went to participate in the 5 Cages conference. And Naruto knew the news that Sasuke and Akatsuki joined forces, and wanted to prevent Sasuke from continuing to go evil. Afterwards, go to Iron Country, where the 5 Cages conference is held, with Kakashi. But when he met 4th Raikage and wanted to dissuade him, he was severely countered by 4th Raikage. Then in the hotel where he stayed, Obito, a masked man disguised as Madara, appeared and told Naruto about the massacre of the Uchiha clan, letting Naruto understand the pain deep in Sasuke's heart. Then, little Sakura came to the door and confessed to Naruto suddenly. But Naruto saw that Sakura was lying, so he flatly refused. Afterwards, Sai told Naruto that it was actually because other people in the same period of Naruto had given up the idea of bringing Sasuke back, but made a break with him. Little Sakura's confession is that she doesn't want Naruto to be so attached to Sasuke. Because little Sakura always believed that Naruto's attachment to Sasuke was because Naruto promised her that she would bring Sasuke back safely. But in fact, even without little Sakura, it is impossible for Naruto to give up Sasuke, who has a somewhat similar fate to him, because Sasuke is Naruto's best friend and rival. However, Naruto was still shocked to learn that other companions had given up and even wanted to assassinate Sasuke. And then it was learned from Gaara that Sasuke made a big fuss about the 5 shadow talks, and the masked man Obito launched the 4th Ninja War. Naruto couldn't bear the painful news that came one after another, causing hyperventilation and fainting. Kakashi. In the future, bad things will happen one after another. 4th Raikage. Letting a brat make trouble under our noses, even let him slip away. He is not Ake. It is really embarrassing to us. Onoki. According to Danzo's video, the next thing is that Sasuke came to the door and killed Danzo, right? Grandma Chio. I have to say, as the dark side of Konoha, it is really a shame to die at the hands of a kid. Orochimaru. Danzo handed everything over to his subordinates. He hasn't fought in a long time, right? There are irrational things everywhere. Senju Tobirama. I can't hide even a single kunai, it's really unreasonable. Uzumaki Kushina. My poor child, I really want to hug you, what a pity. Namikaze Minato. Don't worry, Kakashi is here, everything will be fine. Jiraiya. Minato, I am so happy that you can name your child Naruto, as if seeing the protagonist in my book appearing in front of me. Orochimaru. HMPH, you are such a stupid guy who puts everything above fate. When Naruto wakes up, Kakashi and little Sakura are gone. From Yamato's mouth, Naruto learned that there was news of Sasuke. Naruto immediately wanted to make a move, but was stopped by Yamato. In the previous battle with Pain, Naruto hadn't fully recovered yet, just now he hyperventilated and fell into a coma. Yamato is worried about Naruto's body. In desperation, Naruto had no choice but to leave the clone, and the main body ran over. When Naruto arrived, he happened to see Sasuke turning to kill Xiaoli, who was attacking from behind. At the critical moment, Naruto arrived in time to save little Sakura. A small cut was made on his cheek. After some communication, Naruto saw that Sasuke was not getting in, so he used Rasengan to attack Sasuke's Chidori. At this moment, in the spiritual world, the two stood peacefully opposite each other. Naruto talked about the past when he hated Konoha with a look of emotion. I was able to change because of you and teacher Iruka. That's when I knew that with you so similar to me, I felt reassured that I wasn't alone. I met you by the river at that time, and I really wanted to go up and talk to you immediately, because I knew you would definitely understand my situation. But I didn't do that, because I envy you who can do everything. So, I take you as my opponent without authorization, hoping to surpass you. Sasuke quietly listened to Naruto say a lot, and then said indifferently. Naruto, no matter what you say now, I won't change. Whether it's you or those people in the village, I will kill all of them. To complete the revenge of the Uchiha clan. Naruto's smile became a little forced. Is this the only way to go? Sasuke said calmly. Your choice now is to kill me and become the hero of the village, or be killed by me and become the cause of the prodigal. Naruto shook his head and said, I do not think so. I won't be a loser, and I won't kill you to be a hero. I can. In reality, the moves of the two collided fiercely, resulting in a huge explosion. The two bounced back in the aftermath of the explosion, with Kakashi catching Naruto and White Zetsu popping up behind Sasuke to block the impact. Subsequently, Naruto stood up and said, Now I know all about it. Kakashi and little Sakura on the side looked bewildered. At this moment, Obito, the masked man next to Sasuke, suddenly appeared. Naruto stepped forward. He still had something to say. The masked man Obito wanted to take away the weak Sasuke, but was stopped by Sasuke. Naruto said to Sasuke, When we fought in the Valley of the End, you once told me. You said that first-class ninjas don't need to talk, they can know each other's thoughts just by fighting. I understand your thoughts now, which means that we have all become top-notch ninjas. Then you understand what I'm thinking, Sasuke. If we fight, we'll all die. Sasuke was silent. Naruto continued. Sasuke, if you attack Konoha, I will have to stand up and fight you. Let's save the hatred until then, and then vent it all on me. It's only me who wants to bear your hatred. This is a mission that only I can accomplish. At that time, I will bear your hatred and die with you. Sasuke gritted his teeth. Naruto, what's the matter with you? Why are you so attached to me? Naruto said with a smile. Because we are friends. Sasuke froze. Naruto said slowly. Sasuke, we want to understand each other, and the normal way won't work. I knew it the day we met. Naruto stretched out his right fist with a confident smile on his face. It's right to use fists to communicate between me and you. I haven't given up on the idea of leaving you behind for Konoha. I will never give up. Afterwards, Naruto scratched his head in embarrassment.
Really? Who can't speak, actually preached. It's really not the material.
If we all die in the end, then there is no Uchiha, no Jinchuriki, nothing to bear. When we get to that world, we can truly understand each other. Naruto seems so humble and sincere, but all the people in the live broadcast room began to curse. Hoshigaki Kisame. This is called not being able to speak. Even if you say that you are called a ghost, you will cry, and you still say that you can't speak? Tamari. After Gaara was told by you, he apologized to us afterwards. Are you still saying that you can't speak? You can't be too humble, too much can become hypocrisy. Deidara. Don't be so outrageous. If you can't speak, then there will be no one in this world who can speak. Conan. Nagato was saved by what you said by sacrificing himself to save those killed by him. You are not an ordinary talker. Onoki. You are talking nonsense. If it weren't for your mouth, those who were killed by pain would never have survived. Uchiha Madara. I, Uchiha Madara, would like to call your mouth the strongest. Tsunade. In terms of the previous performances, you have the nerve to say that you can't speak? Uzumaki Kushina. My son is so cute, he just wants to be humble, why are you reacting so much? Namikaze Minato. Kushina, don't come out and light the fire. Fourth Raikage. This can make a dead man's mouth speak, and still can't speak? Luosha. I have never seen such a talkative person in my life. Terumi Mei. I feel that what Naruto said must have magical powers to move so many people. Maybe it is a new form of ninjutsu. For example, mouth escape or something. Kakuzu. Very reasonable speculation. Scorpion. Indeed, after Naruto spoke, those people behaved as if they were bewitched. If there is nothing strange about it, I would absolutely not believe it. Jiraiya. Mouth escape. You really dare to think about it. Orochimaru. Could it be that Sasuke was also shaken by what Naruto said? Sasuke showed such a strong determination before, and even said that he would kill everyone in Konoha. Uchiha Fugaku. This is my son, eradicate all those who betrayed us Uchiha. Uchiha Hikari. Yes, you must avenge us. Sasuke. HMPH. I will walk my own way. Naruto. Wow. Why are you all so excited? Did I say something wrong? Shikamaru. Naruto, you'd better stop talking casually in the future. I'll shoot you and get beaten. Neji. Indeed, it's okay if you haven't seen it, but now that you've seen it, I always feel that Naruto's words will influence our thinking, and I can't help but want to stop him from talking. Grandma Chio. This is almost catching up with mind control. Sasuke listened to Naruto's words silently, then said coldly. I won't change, and I don't intend to understand each other with you. I won't die. The one who is going to die is you. Naruto said with a smile. If you're going to die, die together, Sasuke. Sasuke couldn't help laughing, grim smile. Okay, I'll start with you. Naruto looked at Sasuke seriously. I haven't really asked you to recognize me yet. At this time, Kakashi interrupted Naruto. Enough Naruto, give me Sasuke, you still have the dream of becoming Hokage. There's no need to be buried with Sasuke. Naruto interrupted Kakashi. If you can't save even one partner, how can you become Hokage? Leave Sasuke to me to deal with. Kakashi understands Naruto's determination and is no longer obsessed with solving Sasuke by himself. But Kakashi set his sights on Obito, the masked man. Although Kakashi at this time does not know the true identity of the masked man. The Sharingan in Kakashi's left eye instantly becomes a Mangekyo Sharingan. The masked man Obito also noticed Kakashi's thoughts, and immediately stretched out his hand and said. Give it up, Kakashi, that spell won't work for me. Then, the masked man Obito took Sasuke away with time-space ninjutsu. White Zetsu also escaped into the ground and disappeared. After Sasuke and masked man Obito left, Naruto's face suddenly turned purple, and then fell down in a round circle. Kakashi was startled, and quickly stepped forward to support Naruto. Only then did he discover that Naruto had already been poisoned, and the path of poisoning was the injury on his cheek from Sasuke's attack for little Sakura. Seeing this scene, little Sakura immediately blamed herself. Kakashi also sighed a bit. Naruto actually lasted until now before the toxicity occurred. The little Sakura detoxified quickly, and with the medical ninjutsu passed down from Tsunade, Naruto was quickly restored to consciousness. But Naruto still felt sick and uncomfortable. The fourth ninja war broke out. In order to fight against the masked man Obito and the tailed beasts he captured, 5 Kages completed the unprecedented ninja alliance. At this time, the powerful Naruto, because the 9 tails in his body is the target of Obito, was sent by the ninja alliance to Cloud Shinobi Village, where he found 8 tails Jinchuriki Killer Bee in a hidden place. Here, Naruto learns how to be the perfect Jinchuriki from Killer Bee. During this process, Naruto was almost swallowed up because he couldn't resist 9 tails' huge hatred. At the critical moment, Uzumaki Kushina's chakra appeared, suppressed 9 tails' chakra, and helped Naruto control 9 tails' chakra. Naruto also saw his mother for the first time. Uzumaki Kushina. Woohoo, my child, my poor child. Terumi Mei. Now I finally see what my mother looks like. Onoki. After all, my father's face has always been on the Hokage rock, even if he didn't know him before, at least he could see it often. Black soil. Anyway, for Naruto, who has been full of suffering since he was a child, being able to see his mother's face and get her help will definitely make his heart very warm. Naruto. So, are mom and dad inside me? I feel so happy for some reason. Sasuke. Huh. Lucky Cranetail. Little Sakura. Is Sasuke jealous? With the help of Killer Bee, after learning how to use the tailed beast chakra, the two immediately headed to the battlefield. Met Nagato and Uchiha Itachi on the way. During the battle, Uchiha Itachi's setting on Naruto is triggered, and the illusion of distinguished heavenly gods overrides the control of impure world reincarnation. Then Uchiha Itachi helped Naruto seal Nagato. Naruto and Killer Bee continue on to the battlefield. And the shadow clone that Naruto separated before has rushed to the battlefield, and helped Gaara and others defeat 2nd Tsuchikage and 3rd Raikage. But after taking control of 2nd Tsuchikage, Uchiha Madara was resurrected with reanimation jutsu. Then the 5 Kages gathered together to fight Uchiha Madara. But when Naruto's avatar wanted to help, it was opposed by Gokage. The appearance of Uchiha Madara means that the identity of the masked man immediately becomes suspicious. Gokage asked Naruto to immediately pass on the news that the masked man was not Uchiha Madara. With this entrustment, the Naruto clone released the clone. And at this time, Naruto and Killer Bee met Obito, who already had Rinnegan on the road. And Obito also carries the pen 6 paths crafted by the 6 Jinchuriki. Facing strong opponents, Naruto and Killer Bee fell into a hard fight. Then Kakashi and Might Guy arrived just in time. During the battle, Naruto's spirit entered the inner world of the tailed beasts. Because Naruto sincerely wanted to save the tailed beasts, Naruto was recognized by all the tailed beasts, and was also told the names of the tailed beasts. And Naruto is the first person since the Sage of 6 Paths to be recognized by all tail beasts at the same time. Naruto also for the first time completed the real tailed beast. Facing the siege of the crowd, Obito wants to forcibly revive 10 tails. But it was terminated by Naruto et al. Kakashi cracked Obito's spacetime ninjutsu and shattered Obito's mask. At this time, Obito's true face officially appeared in front of everyone for the first time. Just when Kakashi and others were shocked, Uchiha Madara, who had lifted the contract of Impure World Reincarnation, came to the battlefield here, and united with Sun to revive 10 tails successfully. The Ninja Coalition forces also came to the battlefield under the leadership of Wukage. But in the face of the extremely powerful 10 tails, the Ninja Coalition army suffered heavy losses immediately. Hyuga Neji also died under the attack of 10 tails while protecting Naruto and Hinata. Faced with this situation, Naruto was almost desperate. Afterwards, under Hinata's comfort and 9 tails reprimand, he regained his spirit again. And Naruto also distributed the chakra made again by 9 tails to all the members of the Ninja Alliance, so that they can fight better. Deidara. Good guy, the Ninja Alliance probably has tens of thousands of people. Is the amount of chakra in 9 tails so exaggerated? Killer Bee. Wait. Why is my 8 tails missing so much? Aren't you missing only 1 tail? Kakuzu. I didn't expect these tailed beasts to have names. Neji. Am I going to die to protect Miss Hinata and Naruto? Naruto. Damn it. I have such a powerful strength, but I still can't protect everyone? Uchiha Madara. 10 tails is equivalent to the power of all tailed beasts combined. Although this is not a complete 10 tails, it is not so easy to solve. When the Ninja Coalition was unable to fight, 1 to the 4th Hokage appeared at the same time, trapping 10 tails with the dead Red Sun array. The Ninja Coalition immediately assembled to fight against 10 tails, and severely damaged 1 tail. At this time, Obito appeared, absorbed 10 tails into his body, became the second 10 tails Jinchuriki after Sage of 6 Paths, and thus opened 6 Paths Sage Mode. The yin and yang escape of 6 Paths Sage Mode makes everyone helpless. But during the battle, Naruto discovered the weakness of 10 tails Jinchuriki's inability to dispel Senjutsu. With the help of the Flying Thunder God from 2nd Hokage Senju Tobirama, Obito was crippled using the magic chakra. At a critical moment, Obito released chakra, which absorbed a large number of ninjas from the sacred tree to restore itself, and caused the Ninja Coalition forces to suffer great casualties. Naruto's heart was also greatly shaken. But fortunately, Sasuke woke him up in time, and the two joined forces to use the prestige Susanoo. When the two are combined, their power is even higher. It actually injured Obito severely, and leaked the power of the tailed beast in Obito's body. Realizing that this is an excellent opportunity, Naruto did not give up, and joined forces with others to pull the leaked power of the tailed beast. At this time, Naruto appeared in Obito's spiritual space. Deidara. Wait. Why does this operation feel familiar? Could it be that what should come is finally coming? Onoki. I also have the same premonition. Shikamaru. Naruto can really speak, but can this guy really speak? Kakashi. Obito has gotten too deep, too many people have died because of his ideas. Grandma Chio. There is no turning back for what this guy has done. 4th Raikage. The guy who killed his teacher is not worthy of forgiveness at all. Terumi Mei. That's right. As if standing in the vast and boundless universe, Obito's eyes were a little dazed. The successive heavy injuries made him feel unbelievable. And at this time, Naruto appeared in front of him. You once said that you are nobody and don't want to be anybody, right? Shut up. Don't get into my heart. Obito spoke anxiously. It can be seen that Dairi has been shaken at this time. Naruto showed a confident smile and said slowly. But you want to be Hokage just like me, don't you? If it's another situation, maybe I will chase after your back. Because I yearn for Hokage. In the face of those memories and imaginations, what's the use of continuing to hide yourself? You are Kakashi-sensei's friend, father's subordinate, Uchiha who is the same as Sasuke, and a senior who has the same dream as me. Also, Konoha's ninja. I mean, you're Uchiha Obito. You are Uchiha Obito. You and I have the same past, and the same goals. I also lost important people. You are the same at the beginning, wanting to be recognized by others. That's why you want to be Hokage, don't you? You are the enemy of all ninjas, and you say you are thinking of the world, but you do all kinds of things as you want. But no one, not even the one you hold dearest, will agree with your dream now. You who used to have the same dream as me, and who went against the way of Hokage. Now you are just a husband who has given up everything and chose. Only after a road has been walked, can one know whether it is a rough road or an easy road, and it is Hokage's responsibility to walk this road ahead. On the way, no matter what kind of suffering and pain you encounter, you must never turn back. This is Hokage. So, Hokage will never go forward with someone else on his shoulders, let alone the corpse of his companion. Because Hokage will always be the one who walks in the front. If you want to be a Hokage, you can't take any shortcuts, and there can't be any retreats. This series of combined punches by Naruto directly knocked Obito unconscious. Kept recalling those good memories in my mind. Looking at Obito's expression, Naruto knew that Naoing already wanted to repent. He walked around Obito, talking as he went. You told Kakashi-sensei that you abandoned the memories you once had. But you were able to successfully suppress Ten Tails' will and not be swallowed by Ten Tails' will. Didn't you rely on these memories and obsessions in your heart? In the final analysis, you can't let go of those memories at all. Just circled around and returned to the origin. Naruto said to Obito. But you still can't forgive the fact that you want to drag everyone to the truth of your choice. So, you should come to our side, as Uchiha Obito, as a Konoha shinobi, pay for your crime. You shouldn't run away from it all. Obito's whole body was stunned by the words. When he came back to his senses, the whole person has been lying on the ground. Also no longer the status of Sage of Six Paths. And the body became extremely weak. Obito knew that he was defeated. Naruto and Sasuke disarmed Susanoo, and beside them are the rescued tailed beasts. At this moment, Naruto saw Sasuke galloping past quickly. The sharp blade in his hand pointed directly at Obito who was lying on the ground and could not move. Kakuzu. After so many years of planning and doing so many things, the result is that the will is so weak? Was it shaken by just a few casual words? Scorpion. Naruto's mouth, I'm afraid there is some magic in it. Deidara. Good guy, I'm afraid this mouth can speak to the dead. Wait, someone has been said to be alive, right? Then I didn't say it. Black soil. Are you referring to those people who were resurrected by pain? It really depends on Naruto's mouth. Kakashi. It's unbelievable, it feels like watching a fantasy movie. Even though I'm in it, it doesn't feel real at all. Obito. Even though I have done so many wrong things, is he still willing to forgive me? Grandma Chio. In my opinion, although ninjas are not good people, there are 4 people who are absolutely unforgivable, and all of these masters are from Konoha. Luosha. Obito, Itachi, Danzo and Sarutobi Hiruzen. Terumi Mei. Uchiha Madara should be added, after all, he was the one who was initially deceived. Uchiha Fugaku. That's right. These people are the ones I hate the most. Kakisame. Wait. What do you guys think of Black Zetsu? He's the one who planned everything, isn't he? Uchiha Madara. He doesn't need our forgiveness at all, because he doesn't care about anyone. Naruto. Wow. I'm so good. But I feel a little uncomfortable that I will cooperate with Sasuke. Sasuke. HMPH. Do you think I would? Yeah. Damn, I didn't expect them to become so strong in the future. Orochimaru. Looking at it this way, it seems that the source of all things comes from Konoha. Konoha is really the source of all troubles. Senju Tobirama. It should be said that the most troublesome thing is the guise of the Uchiha clan. If there is no Uchiha clan, there will be no such things. Senju Hashirama. Your idea is wrong. The real trouble is that guy named Black Zetsu. As long as he is around, even if there is no Uchiha clan, Black Zetsu will find other people to plan. Obito was defeated. At the same time he was also persuaded by Naruto. Just when he wanted to use the Rinne Tensei technique to resurrect the dead like Nagato. However, it was attacked and controlled by Black Zetsu, and Uchiha Madara was completely revived instead. Then the war started again. Uchiha Madara is much stronger than Obito. Especially after Uchiha Madara has also become Six Paths Sage mode, it is like an invincible existence. But Naruto and Sasuke, relying on the power of Sage of Six Paths, immediately put Uchiha Madara at a disadvantage. Knowing he was invincible, Uchiha Madara took another Rinnegan from Obito, and then launched Infinite Tsukuyomi. Just when Uchiha Madara thought the plan had finally been successfully implemented, he was attacked by Black Zetsu. The sealed Otsutsuki Kaguya is finally freed from the seal. After a series of battles, Naruto and Sasuke used the power of the Sage of Six Paths to seal Otsutsuki Kaguya together with Black Zetsu in the body space. So far, the world should have returned to peace. But Sasuke has his own ideas and does not agree with Naruto's philosophy. The two battle once again in the Valley of the End. The end result was that both men lost an arm each. And Sasuke really understood Naruto's idea. 2 years later, the younger brother of Sage of Six Paths, descendant of Otsutsuki Hamura Otsutsuki Itsuki, came to Earth from the moon to destroy the failed world created by Sage of Six Paths, and wants to marry Hinata as his wife. But in the end he was defeated by Naruto, and understood the true meaning of the ancestors, and stayed on the moon. After some years, Naruto married Hinata. When the second child Sunflower was 3 or 4 years old, he succeeded the 7th Hokage from Kakashi. Then Hokage's huge work completely fell on Naruto's shoulders. The ninja world has become much more peaceful. But there are also many undercurrents hidden in the shadows. And as technology becomes more advanced, Naruto has to deal with more and more things. Even Naruto split a large number of shadow clone to help everyone in need. In the streets and alleys of Konoha, there are all Naruto clones. On Naruto's son Uzumaki Boruto's birthday, because he was too busy, he just asked a shadow clone to deliver a cake, while I was still busy working in the Hokage building. Crazier than the craziest workaholics. Onoki. This guy doesn't seem suitable to be a leader. If you have to deal with everything yourself, things will never end. Orochimaru. As a leader, the most suitable thing is to find the right people and put them in the right position to play their role. Uzumaki Kushina. Ah. This is my grandson and granddaughter. So cute. Naruto. Huh? Will I marry Hinata? I thought little Sakura's. Little Sakura. Ah. I married Sasuke, and I have a child. Ino. Damn it. Why would I marry that guy who can't laugh? Shikamaru. Well, why did I marry someone from Sanagakure? 4th Raikage. It can be seen that the relationship between the 5 major countries has improved a lot, otherwise this kind of intermarriage between 2 villages would be absolutely impossible. Terumi Mei. That's right. But am I married? I'm so curious. Kakashi. People like me can be Hokage? It's a terrible future. Namikaze Minato. Don't be so humble, with your strength and popularity, this is not impossible, Yinkazi. Senju Hashirama. Unexpectedly, the blood of the younger brother of Sage of Six Paths lives on the moon. Hyuga Hiyashi. The supercilious eyes of our Hyuga clan is actually passed down from the Otsutsuki clan, and it can be further improved? Deidara. Before, I thought Waibayan and Sharingan were called the 2 major pupil techniques, but now I understand. The huge workload day after day and the arrival of his son's rebellious period made Naruto feel deeply exhausted. But Naruto still tried his best to work hard for peace in the ninja world. That's all. Time flies. When Uzumaki Boruto, Naruto's son, became a ninja and took the Chunin exam. A pair of unexpected guests appeared. As soon as the 2 came, they caused a lot of damage. I am Otsutsuki Momoshiki, and I belong to the same Otsutsuki clan as Teru Yoruichi. Otsutsuki Momoshiki introduced himself very politely. I am his guardian, Otsutsuki Kim. The strong man Otsutsuki Kim on the side also said. Naruto frowned. What the hell are you trying to do? Otsutsuki said with a smile. Our purpose is you. As long as you catch you, you will be able to replant the sacred tree and bear the fruit of chakra. Naruto yelled in surprise. You mean the divine tree? Otsutsuki Peach Pose slowly floated into the air, and began to release the absorbed ninjutsu in the high air. After the power of Otsutsuki's peach-style left-hand Rinnegan, Gao Wangchan Lingzhen's power was increased, wantonly bombarding the entire Chunin venue. Rinnegan on the right hand released a fire phoenix to destroy the entire venue. Naruto protected everyone in the venue at the critical moment and let them escape from this dangerous area. But worried that the aftermath of the battle would affect innocent villagers, Naruto did not dare to fight back at will, and could only passively resist Otsutsuki's Momo-style attack. Sasuke hurried to help, sharing Naruto's pressure. After many years, the two teamed up again. Subsequently, Otsutsuki Peach unleashes a giant-tailed beast bomb that, if left unchecked, is bound to cause heavy damage. In the end, Naruto could only burst out the power of the full-body Nine Tails to block it. Under the violent explosion, Naruto protected everyone. But was attacked by Otsutsuki Kim, who was on the side, and was pulled into a different space by using the ability of Beian Hollow. In the different space, there is a sacred tree. Otsutsuki uses the branches of the sacred tree to control Naruto and begins to absorb Naruto's chakra. But maybe it's because the amount of chakra in Naruto is too large. It took a long time for the peach pose, and it only absorbed half of the Nine Tails chakra in Naruto's body. And at this time, reinforcements appear. Haitu and others arrived in time, and Gaara shot and broke the branches that bound Naruto, allowing Naruto to regain his freedom. Because it is clear that ninjutsu cannot pose a threat to Otsutsuki Momoshiki. So all the 5 Kages, including Naruto, chose to use melee combat. Facing a series of sieges, Yin Tongmoteo easily dodged. But also tired of this kind of attack, then Otsutsuki Peach Pose pulls Jinshi back from a distance, and transforms Jinshi into a chakra fruit, and then swallows it. Deidara. Good guy. These Otsutsuki clan are indeed aliens, they can even turn into a fruit. Onoki. And this guy hides very easily, he is not in danger at all, but he sacrificed his companion like this. Grandma Chio. They are aliens after all, so we definitely don't know what they are thinking. Namikaze Minato. No matter what, this behavior will definitely not be forgiven. Naruto. This guy is really disgusting. What does he think of his companions? 4th Raikage. Is Darui a Raikage? It's my right arm. Darui. I feel that I am not mature enough to take up that position, and Master Killer Bee is obviously more suitable than me. Killer Bee. I have more important things waiting for me to do. Hey too. He. I'm actually more of a shadow than my father. Chojuro. How could someone like me become Mizukage? This must be a nightmare. Terumi Mei. Don't underestimate yourself. You are the one I like, you have the strength. Ching. That's right, as long as you can change your slightly weak personality. Jiraiya. The peace that has lasted for so long. These Otsutsuki people are really difficult to deal with. Orochimaru. It's really a good time, I really want to go see it now. Sasuke felt something was wrong and rushed over at a very fast speed. But in the face of Sasuke's attack, Momoshiki had no idea of dodging at all, but quickly devoured the red fruit that Jin's transformed into. Clang. The sharp blade slashed at the back of Taoshi's neck, but it didn't even cut through the skin. Instead, it was Peach-style, looking up, an evil smile. It's too late. Boom! One with a roar, a large amount of smoke erupted instantly, covering Taoshi and the surrounding area. Sasuke could only retreat quickly. When the smoke and dust cleared, Taoshi's appearance changed greatly, looking even more evil. A third Rinnegan appeared from the forehead, and even the 2 Rinnegans with hands turned yellow. The peach-style power that devours the chakra fruit has undergone an earth-shaking change. Naruto looked at Momoshiki in disbelief. You bastard, put your partner. Have eaten? Boruto on the side was even more uncomfortable. Dao Shi said calmly. Looks like I've played too much, it's time to get to know you idiots who rebel against God. Naruto rushed over immediately. But Peach Pose is just open hands. A strong gust of wind immediately blows Naruto and Sasuke away. The huge sacred tree was cut off directly by the invisible shockwave. Subsequently, Dao Shi displayed extremely fast speed, and appeared in front of 5th Raikage Darui in an instant, kicking Darui directly, and Darui lost his fighting power instantly. Gaara at the side immediately manipulated the sand to restrain the Dao-style body. But Momoshiki allowed his hair to restrict Gaara's movement in turn, and then punched Gaara's abdomen heavily, knocking him out as well. Then Chongjuro and Kuroto were easily knocked out. Almost in the blink of an eye, 4 of the 5 shadows lost their fighting power. Only Naruto, Sasuke and Naruto's son Boruto remained. "You're next, Fox." Momo looked at Naruto. Naruto just got up at this moment. After the huge roar, the two fought quickly on the ground. Compared with the previous Dao style, the shooting speed seems to be very different. Naruto couldn't even keep up with Momo style. After Dao Shi performed a series of Wing Chun-like moves, Naruto was finally hit by acupuncture points in Kunjin, but was immediately grabbed by the head. Naruto reached out and grabbed Momoshiki's arm, and Sasuke took the opportunity to appear behind Hoshiki. But Momoshiki had expected it, turned around to block Sasuke's attack, and took advantage of the momentum to print a heavy palm on Sasuke's abdomen, and then grabbed Sasuke's head. Taoshi leapt high, then poured the two of them heavily on the ground, dragged them all the way, and flung them away one by one left and one right. But this kind of injury that ordinary people would die at once can only be regarded as a superficial trauma for the two of them. Naruto and Sasuke stood up quickly. "I see." Naruto wiped his mouth and stood up. Sasuke followed Naruto's words. "Compared to before, I am not alone at all. No, it's better to say that I have become a monster than a person." Naruto corrected Sasuke's statement. Momoshiki looked at Naruto and said with a cold smile, "Funny, you're just like me when it comes to monsters." Naruto and Sasuke shot at the same time. The two exchanged their positions at a very fast speed, and threw their fists at the same time. And Dao Shi easily blocked the attacks of the two. It's getting more and more interesting now. The peach-like mouth is still full of confidence. And at this time, chakra burst out like flames from Naruto's body. "Let me teach you a lesson." Almost instantly, Naruto entered Kurama Sage mode. Sasuke. Sasuke raised his head to respond to Naruto's call. And Sasuke's eyes have also turned into a mystical state of a Wanwa, a Luguyu Rinnegan. In such a state, the strength of the two has also been rapidly improved. The two of them kept in mind not to use ninjutsu on Momoshiki, otherwise it would be easy to be used. So the two of them launched a physical attack on Dao Shi at an extremely fast speed. The speed of the three of them can be described as dazzling, and it is impossible to see clearly. The two sides kept coming and going, and the aftermath of the battle easily shattered the ground. But soon, Momoshiki was no match for 2 fists and 4 hands, and it was not as good as the joint attack of Naruto and Sasuke, who cooperated very well. The two forced Momoshiki to the stump of the severed sacred tree. Sasuke took out a scroll, opened it and took out a large shuriken. Going up, Naruto responded immediately. Then Sasuke threw the shuriken out, and the shuriken with Fumitsu turned into countless shurikens. It is the shuriken technique that Sasuke is very good at. The shurikens passed over the top of Momoshiki's head, and at this moment Sasuke pulled hard with his right hand, and the invisible thin line immediately pulled all the shuriken back, and accurately attacked Momoshiki. Momoshiki kept dodging, and in the end, he had no choice but to use the same moves as Shenra Tianjung, blowing away Sasuke's attack. Just when Dao Shi thought that he blocked all attacks, the ground split open suddenly, and a shuriken immediately sent him flying. The shuriken flying into the air immediately turned into Naruto under a puff of white smoke. In Naruto's hand is a rapidly spinning spiral shuriken. Then Naruto threw it hard, and the spiral shuriken immediately flew towards Momoji. But Momoshiki smiled. He stretched out his right hand, wanting to absorb the ninjutsu, and bounced back doubled. But the spiral shuriken rolled his eyes and turned into Sasuke. With a sudden change, Momoshiki showed a smile instead, and immediately transformed into a chain, binding Sasuke tightly. Then Dao Shi was about to rush over, but suddenly found that his field of vision had changed suddenly. People who are bound by chains have turned into Dao style themselves instead. and Sasuke appeared where Momoshiki was originally. In an instant, the two exchanged positions. What? Dao Shi has never seen this move before. Under the restraint, Naruto descended from the sky and punched Momoshiki directly in the face. Hit Dao Shi down heavily, completely smashing the sacred tree to pieces. Sasuke took advantage of this opportunity and shot immediately. Planetary devastation. Countless remnants of the time in the sacred tree were sucked into the air, binding Dao Shi tightly. Eventually a cage was formed in the air. Deidara. What did I just see? Why did these two guys become so strong in the future? Kakuzu. Indeed, compared to ordinary ninjas, the two of them are too strong. Even this pretentious Otsutsuki is hard to fight back. Onoki. Terrible juniors, if it weren't for Ike, I'm afraid they would be the two strongest people in the ninja world. Senju Hashirama. It is really gratifying to have such a child supporting Konoha, and it has also accomplished things that we did not do in the first place. Hoshigaki Kisame. If you want me to say, Ike is much stronger. These two guys have been fighting with this peach style for so long, but Ike killed him instantly. Otsutsuki Momoji. I was careless. Uchiha Madara. HMPH, the loser dares to talk big here? Shut up. Terumi Mei. The more intense the battle here, the more it proves how strong Ike is. Grandma Chio. Killing this Otsutsuki in seconds is nothing. In the previous video, Ike had the operation to directly blow up the planet Otsutsuki. Orochimaru. Don't forget, Ike probably has all the powers shown in those videos now, and if he gets angry at that time, the consequences will be terrible. Jiraiya. Although I can't agree with Ike's behavior, I have to admit that Ike is indeed working hard for peace, and most of the time he succeeds. Scorpion. Is this guy still alive? If he can be dealt with so easily, it would be a shame. Nagato. Indeed, although planetary devastation can trap the enemy's actions, it is only trapping. Tsunade. In other words, the battle is not over yet? Naruto and Sasuke quietly looked at the planetary devastation suspended in the air. Sudden. A crack appeared on the surface. Dog feeding healthy life. The dragon's head made of rock broke the planetary devastation and rushed out. But it was smashed by Naruto, who had been prepared for a long time. But then, the challenge to get out of the planetary devastation was performed again. Several dragon heads appeared at the same time and launched an attack together. In a crisis, Sasuke kicked Naruto away and faced the powerful monster by himself. Although Sasuke evaded to the extreme, he was finally bitten by a dragon's head, and he was pressed to the ground and could not move. Die to me. Dao Shi patted the snake on the dragon head with his hand, and a mass of red, ominous-looking energy quickly traveled along the body of the snake to the dragon head. Sasuke. Naruto yelled and rushed over as fast as he could. Boom! A violent explosion blew up the whole Longmai. During the explosion, suddenly a huge golden yellow nine-tails fox appeared, sweeping away the smoke and dust with a sweep of his hand. At the critical moment, Naruto rushed to save Sasuke. Are you all right? Sasuke came to his senses and said with a chuckle. Well, it's okay. Momoshiki looked at the beast-tailed Naruto, and immediately controlled countless rocks and lava to gather on his body. Finally, the demon fox of 9 tails has appeared. This power is mine. In the blink of an eye, a rock monster with the same height as the beast-tailed 9 tails appeared. There is still red magma flowing on the body of the rock monster. It easily blocked 9 tails' attack and suppressed 9 tails at the same time. And at this time, inside 9 tails, Sasuke reached out and pressed Naruto's shoulder. Susanoo's power is borrowed from you, hurry up. Naruto said with a sudden smile. I see, this is a good thing. Immediately, Susanoo's armor appeared on Tails' body. The overall strength has been greatly improved immediately. It easily destroyed one arm of the rock monster. Subsequently, it even cut the rock monster's loss in two with one knife. Rock monsters are destroyed. Naruto and Sasuke also lifted the costume Susanoo. At this time, Seeing, who was knocked out before, also came to Naruto and Sasuke's side. At this time, an untimely guy appeared, took out something called a technological ninja, and fired a large amount of ninjutsu at the floating in the air. This behavior immediately made Naruto and the others couldn't help covering their faces. These two idiots. Taoshi, who had absorbed ninjutsu, recovered quickly from his injuries. Then there was a bombardment on the ground. The power of the ninjutsu after the amplification is very amazing, directly smashing the ground. At the critical moment, Naruto and Sasuke joined forces to protect the others. Afterwards, the two were planning to continue attacking. But suddenly found himself unable to move. Oops, it's Shikamaru's shadow binding. The amplified ninjutsu directly formed a huge shadow on the ground, covering everyone in it and making it impossible for them to break free. In the face of Naruto and others who are unable to move, jumping is not safe. Several black sticks were thrown directly, inserted into Naruto's body to hinder the flow of his chakra. Right now, because of the appearance of two pig teammates, Naruto and others are in the biggest crisis. Seeing that the peach-style attack was about to fall. And at this time, Boruto, who has been hiding in the root of the sacred tree, finally moves. And Sasuke, who has been paying attention to the surrounding situation, also immediately discovered Boruto's intentions. It's now, Boruto. Boruto clasped both hands, a small Rasengan condensed between the palms. Even compared to the normal Rasengan size, it is several times smaller. Subsequently, Boruto threw the Rasengan with all his might. However, Rasengan flew halfway, but suddenly disappeared. It was as if the power was insufficient and chakra was exhausted and disappeared. Seeing this scene, Dao Shi immediately laughed and said, "It's ridiculous to use such an attack. But it doesn't matter anyway, the place you are going to in the end is the same." Boom. If the sudden heavy blow directly interrupted the Dao style, it would also directly knock the pick style to the ground. And his fall also made the shadow binding technique directly invalid. Hidan. Ha ha ha, it's so funny. Did you see how this guy got knocked down? It's so funny. Haitu. Just like a frog, it suddenly opened its mouth so big, it's so funny. Jiraiya. Rasengan actually disappears. No, it's invisible. How did it happen? Namikaze Minato. When I created this trick, I didn't expect so many changes in Rasengan. Orochimaru. This incident tells us that we should not be too complacent in being a human being, otherwise it is easy to be slapped in the face like this. Deidara. It's so funny, I was so proud just now, but it turned into a dog eating shit immediately, ha ha ha. Onoki. Is it true that he is the son of Naruto? Such talent is needed at such a young age, and I really look forward to his future. Annoyed, Dao Shi ate all the last elixirs and replenished the consumed chakra. But Naruto couldn't move freely at this time, so he could only turn his head and say to Boruto. Boruto, use a Rasengan. Boruto looked at his hands unconfidently. But my strength is really too weak. Naruto smiled and said. Do not worry. Boruto looked at it and nodded immediately. Then a small Rasengan appeared on Boruto's palm. And at this time, Naruto placed his own hand under Boruto's palm. Boruto then sensed that a steady stream of chakra was filling in behind Rasengan. The Rasengan in Boruto's hand grew bigger and bigger. In the end, Boruto had to raise his right hand high to be able to support the huge Rasengan. Sasuke said at this time, I don't need to say more. There is only one chance. Saying that, Sasuke rushed out. Taoshi threw countless black sticks to stop him, but Sasuke flew away. Then Sasuke jumped up high and threw the long knife in his hand. Dao Shi tilted his head to dodge, and the long knife stuck behind him. In an instant, Sasuke and the long knife switched places. But Dao Shi, who has already seen it once, naturally won't fall for it. Momoshiki immediately turned around and raised his right hand to block Sasuke's attack. Out of the corner of his eye, he noticed that the long knife in the air suddenly changed into the appearance of Boruto. Boruto threw a kunai, but was caught by Momoji. Just as Momoshiki was proud, the leg Wang in Sasuke's hand suddenly switched with the kunai in Momoshiki's left hand. Leg Wang appeared on Taoshi's left hand, and Schema was paralyzed. But kunai penetrated the Rinnegan in Momoshiki's right palm. This time, Momoshiki can no longer absorb ninjutsu. Furious, Momoshiki immediately inserted several black sticks into Sasuke's body, kicking him out for fun. Now Sasuke, like Naruto, was caught in the predicament of being unable to move freely. The rest will be left to you. Sasuke gave everything to Boruto. In an instant, Boruto was caught by Taoshi, but this is just a doppelganger. Afterwards several clones rushed forward, but were easily wiped out by jumping. The last clone sharply dodged Dao Shi's attack, and pressed the Rasengan in his hand to Dao Shi's flank. Although Dao Shi solved this clone, he was also hit by a trick. At this time, Boruto's clone finally appeared, and the huge Rasengan that had been boosted by Naruto smashed down heavily. And at this time, a red Rasengan emerged from Peach's right hand, and in an instant became the same size as the Rasengan in Boruto's hand. The two collided, and the powerful impact directly blasted everything around them into powder. The clothes on Boruto's arms were also torn, and the skin was not spared. But Boruto endured the severe pain and tried again. Finally, Rasengan pressed the past again, and the Peach-style Rasengan was directly crushed. Subsequently, under the incomparable power of Rasengan, Dao Shi was directly wiped out. And the aftermath did not diminish, it flew directly hundreds of meters away, leaving a deep tunnel on the ground. Subsequently, Rasengan flew upwards, pierced the clouds, and took to the air. It exploded like a firework. Another crisis in Konoha was resolved. But in the future, there may be various crises. Deidara. This power is too strong, although it is not as powerful as Master Ache. Onoki. It's not Naruto's son who is strong, but Naruto. After all, Naruto's son doesn't have such a powerful chakra. Yugura. I feel more and more that the power gap between tailed beasts is too big. Uchiha Madara. About this point, perhaps only the sage of 6 paths that originally split 10 tails can explain clearly. Kakashi. I really have taken in a good apprentice, as expected of teacher Minato's child. Uzumaki Kushina. Well done. Naruto. Well done. Boruto. Boruto. Huh. Why isn't Boruto talking? Namikaze Minato. How old is Naruto now? Boruto hasn't been born yet. Ino. Come to think of it, Hinata would actually marry him. Even though Hinata is the eldest lady of the Hyuga clan, she would actually fall in love with Naruto. Haitu. Not necessarily now, after all, Hinata married Ake's husband in the previous video, but I will not give up Ake's husband to anyone. Terumi Mei. A bunch of brats, they can't let Ake appreciate the charm of a mature woman. If Ake meets me, there's nothing wrong with you. Tsunade. Huh. What nonsense are you talking about? Can you still be more feminine than me? Then how come no one wants you until now? Yurihong. Indeed, if it wasn't that no one wanted it, how could it be possible that you haven't gotten married yet? Are you sure you're attractive? Mitarashi Anko. It seems that someone really doesn't have self-knowledge, and doesn't look in the mirror to see his own image. Shikamaru. Woman, it's scary Choji, Time flies. When the picture freezes, the audience in the live broadcast room saw an old face. It could be seen that it was an acquaintance. Uzumaki Naruto. Only, Uzumaki Naruto was too old at this time. His body was covered with various transfusions. It could be seen from his frail face that his time was numbered. Beside him, an old woman with blue wrinkles sat quietly watching Uzumaki Naruto. That's great, I'm one step ahead of you. Naruto forced a smile, his usual cheerful one. However, the anonymous Hinata shed tears. You are so crafty. At this juncture, whoever leaves first means that the other will live and suffer from longing. Seeing that Naruto was about to be released, Hinata couldn't bear it anymore. But both of them are over 90. At this time, they have taken these very lightly, and Hinata is also very clear that he will not be much later than Naruto. And outside the room, from time to time came the sound of crying in a low voice. Obviously they couldn't bear Naruto's death, and at this time, a figure walked in. I'll take one last look at you, Naruto. It was Orochimaru who came. Obviously Naruto is so old, but Orochimaru's face is still the same as when he was young. Naruto and Hinata were not at all surprised by this kind of unreasonable thing. Naruto looked at Orochimaru, nodded slowly and said, "After I leave, I will trouble you to take care of these juniors." Orochimaru nodded and said, "Do not worry." Reassured, Naruto slowly closed his eyes with a gentle smile on his lips. Naruto, who fought for Konoha all his life, finally ended his mission. His life was undoubtedly magnificent. Experienced sacrifice, received redemption. Even though he was spurned by countless people, he never wavered in his original determination. All the way to this point, he has become a hero in everyone's mind. Also because of his existence, the ninja world has maintained a long-term peace.